And I know it is the Spirit of the Lord. There are sweet expressions on each face, and I know it is the presence of the Lord. Sweet Holy Spirit, sweet heavenly dove, stay right here with us, filling us with your love. And for each blessing, we lift our hearts and pray. If he say he'll save you from your sins, you just open up your heart and let him in. Let him in. If with you he'll always find a place, then you know that he will save you by his grace. Sweet Holy Spirit, sweet heavenly dove, stay right here with us, filling us with your love. And for each blessing, we lift our hearts in praise. Without a doubt, we know that we have been revived when we shall live. When we shall live, oh, when we shall live. When we sweet Holy Spirit, sweet heavenly dove, stay, won't you stay?
Amen, amen. Thank you very much, Dr. Nathan. And let me greet you one and all, brothers and sisters, as we continue with the reports. We are going to have the health ministries report, followed by men's ministries, ministerial. I want you to note that the other two reports, planned giving and wills and trusts, will not be projected on the screen, but rather you can find them in the booklet, the hard copy. So at this time, let me welcome Dr. Leonard Steele as he comes and share with us all about the health ministries and how we have been doing in East Jamaica Conference. Over to you, Dr. Steele.
Thank you very much, my friend, Dr. White. Good morning, brothers and sisters. I know that for some of you it is near your lunchtime, and so I'll try to be as temperate as possible. It is indeed a wonderful privilege and an honor for me to have served in this capacity as your health ministries director. The department comes with many challenges, difficulties, and as you know, brothers and sisters, that when it comes on to health, not many people are interested until they get sick. And we have been working very closely with our counterparts in the churches, and I must take this opportunity to say congratulations to all my health ministries directors in the churches. And during the COVID time, the COVID period, the pandemic, they had worked assiduously, and indeed we have received good report from the churches that many have complied with the protocols, and we want to take this opportunity to commend them. We also want you to know that we have a very powerful and wonderful health ministries team, which comprises our health volunteers. You'll notice those ladies down the back in their uniforms, and a few men. And we have some nurses and medical practitioners and so forth. And we want you to just give them a wave at this moment. All our health workers, please come a little closer inside, so the folks can see you and give you a wave. They are at every conference program, and they have been around in all our churches. Yes, put your hands together for them. They have worked assiduously, and we want to commend them and all our workers, our nurses, nursing staff at the East Jamaica Conference health clinics, the North Street and Trenchtown Clinic, right in the heart of, I would say, where the guns bark. And they are there working very hard to see patients and to see people coming in and receiving services for their health. And we want to commend them and congratulate them. I am proud to be a Seventh-day Adventist. Proud to be a Seventh-day Adventist because I believe that this is the true church. I believe that the message that we carry, the health message, which is the right arm of the church, God has been using this message to reach millions of people around the world. And we have a message, brothers and sisters, that we do not know the importance of this message until others outside, even medical doctors, who have tasted and see that indeed we carry something great and have appreciated it. I want to encourage and implore our members to let us get back to the good old Seventh-day Adventist message, the right arm of the church. We are grateful to those persons in the various departments who have been working in collaboration with the health department. And we have accomplished a lot with some of these departments. The community services department, the women ministers department, and you name it. We work closely together. We are not a one-department band. And we want you to know, brothers and sisters, that our objective, one of our objectives, is to make sure that every member of the church, every member of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, and this is something coming from Ellen G. White, become a medical missionary. Every church become a health center where people from all over can come and find Jesus Christ through health. When the gospel ministry cannot be preached anymore, and many will not come into the church as a result of the gospel ministry, it is the health ministries that will go out and reach people, bring comfort and healing to their souls, and they will trace their connection with Jesus through these health ministries. We have tried to do many things. Time would not permit me to speak of the many things that we have tried during these 4 years, but I want you to come with me as we show you some of the things that we have done and have tried to accomplish. And we hope that by God's grace, many, many more will be accomplished through your lifestyle, through your health habits, through your willingness to apply the 8 laws of health and the celebration to your life, so that others will come to know Jesus Christ through health. At this time, I ask of you to look at the screen as we look at some of the things that we have done during these 4 years. Thank you. Each opportunity is an opportunity to give us a new start with Jesus Christ. This moment I am about to take you over with me to view and to share with you the report for 2018 to 2022. I want you to understand that this report covers 5 strategic areas of the East Jamaica Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. The first one is the whole matter of spirituality. The second one is the opportunity that is given to ownership. We are all owners of this thing. The third one is fellowship. The fourth one is faithfulness. And last but not least is the whole matter of family. Around these 5 pillars, the strategy of the Health Ministries Department accomplishes its work.
Using conventional methods.
My name is Cordell Dallas, and I'm a member of the Grinchtown Seventh-day Adventist Church, where I am one of the assistant health ministries leader. I am also a facilitator in the medical missionary training course. I am also a trained health professional, and the health message has really helped me because it has brought to me how important not just my spiritual well-being is, but also my physical well-being. I do a lot of faith-based and non-faith-based health presentations. And when I do that, what I try to do the physical and give it also a spiritual aspects. aspect so that persons can realize that the God that we serve is a God who cares about us in a holistic manner. Whenever I'm speaking to people about health, that is my way of doing my missionary work, because I let them see that they're very important to God in every aspect. Also, what I do, I have two maxims that I use all the while. The one is from Hippocrates. He was a 5th century physician, where he says, "Let your food be your medicine, and your medicine your food." And I back it up with the Bible. "Beloved, I wish above all things that you would prosper and be in health, even as thy soul prospered." And so this is how I get to let people know that you are important to God. Your physical health is important to God. And when you take care of your physical health, you are on the way to taking care of your spiritual health.
The health department threw all its efforts into soul winning and evangelism. 60 persons from our constituency responded to the call of Christ to become medical missionaries. This subsequently led them to register for the lay medical missionary course, which covered subjects including massage therapy, hydrotherapy, natural home remedies, among others, as well as practicum and assignments. 40 of those persons graduated. Some went on to be trained in the school as Bible counselors, lay preachers, and Sabbath school teachers. Some have even moved on to start their own small businesses, such as health food shops. Some are health entrepreneurs, others are home health aides and health educators, while some persons have gone on to conduct lay preachers' campaigns in which souls have been won to Christ. We give God thanks for those who have surrendered their lives to Him.
I did my medical missionary training with my very good friend, Pastor Leonard Steele, in the year 2013. Then I was very inspired because at that time I was not working and I really wanted something else to do otherwise from staying at home. We did it in the training. We were taught about self-supporting ministry, and I decided that I would venture out, not just for income, but also to help persons who are in need. 2015, I registered my business, New Year Wellness Center, and I started operating. I've seen many persons. Since then, I've helped many persons not only with the physical, but also with their spiritual needs. There are persons also through this self-supporting ministry that had come to God. I have persons who have been baptized. So, it is my encouragement to encourage many other Seventh-day Adventists to, participate in the medical missionary training, and also you can also, begin your own business as a self-supporting ministry. So for me, it is ministry before money, but, I just want everyone to know that it is possible that you can support yourself through this venture.
Our health days and weeks have also been times of inspiration and education for our members. Sermons and health materials were issued to churches. Local congregations invited guest speakers to include medical doctors and health educators to assist with activities. As we focused on improving our spiritual health, we also focused on improving our physical health, enhanced through health clinics, cooking classes, exercise classes, no smoking campaigns, environmental cleanup days, among other things. With the Holy Spirit's leading, we were able to accomplish the following: 57 health clinics, 4 cooking classes, 13 exercise classes, 5 health walk-run events, 2 no smoking campaigns, 30 medical missionary home visits, 30 seminars, 2 environmental cleanup activities, and 20 health crusades. Total number of health projects, 163.
Sometimes we ask the zone leaders to communicate the health information to the pastors. And the pastors communicate this information to our counterpart in the church, who are the health ministries directors. They in turn communicate this to the church, or to the church board, and they in turn disseminate this to the community in which they serve. So that is the principle. It's an easy principle. It's better than the conferences, health ministers director communicating straight to the congregation or to the community. So that's the JETRO principle that we use as a department.
I've been in the association since about 2014, 15 thereabout. When I joined the association, I knew nothing about health. I was just able to assist and to do assistance to the then president, Donna Parks. She brought me in the association to assist her with some clinics. Since then, I have been to many clinics in the association. I have been a part of this association, not just because of being desirous to be the president, but because of the fact that the work is there, and I'm a person who loves to volunteer and to assist in whatever way I can. ADVA is not just an association, but it's a lifestyle. It is the way that you live and the way that you help others that makes the difference. We have been involved in many clinics and all over in Kingston and St. Andrew. We have been a part of this association has been going on for over 42 years now, and at the end, we hope to be able to lift up others, not just to be alive, but to actually live a healthy lifestyle and to help others along the way.
The Adventist Health Volunteers Association could frequently be seen in communities conducting health services. The team comprises dedicated Christian men and women who render voluntary service through the Health Ministries Department, helping suffering humanity both physically and spiritually. They consider health evangelism a tool that can be used to bring men and women to Jesus.
Our motto in AVA is touching lives with our skills. AVA touches lives with our skills by doing health fairs, health lectures. We do clinics all over in crusades, out of crusades in communities, where we assist persons also to meet God. In one community, we also operated a crusade. We launched a crusade at the courthouse in Cedar Valley in St. Thomas, where we baptized 7 souls. We continue our journey by operating a medical missionary training school in last year, December, where we collaborated with East Jamaica Conference of Seventh-day Adventists, and we trained over 8 people. 6 persons were graduated and certified. They are now ready and prepared to do service for God.
The Adventist Health Volunteers Association spent much time in the community screening for blood pressure, glucose, cholesterol, and eye conditions such as nearsightedness and glaucoma. They also provided foot care as well as height and weight checks. They also supported the programs of the conference. In the heights of the global pandemic, we experienced a membership increase from 36 persons in 2020 to 55 persons to date. Alongside the Adventist Health Volunteers Association lies the Adventist Health Professionals Association, comprised of a group of Seventh-day Adventist medical health professionals who have committed and dedicated their lives to assist individuals in making lifestyle changes.
During the past 4 years, the Adventist Health Professional Association has continued our collaboration with the Health Department of the East Jamaica Conference. We started out our first year with our dengue awareness and education for health professionals across the conference. This was followed by our annual Health Summit for health professionals and medical missionaries. We had a major outreach at Emancipation Park where we shared many health tips. We did screening. We also catered for the staff of the National Housing Trust by doing screening and health talks with them. The year ended pretty much with the COVID awareness and impact on our island, and the Adventist health professional also rise to the occasion to support our health professionals across the conference. Mass distribution was done through the East Jamaica Conference Health Department to all health professionals in our conference. We also provided many seminars and health tips supporting the EJC Virtual Church for awareness of COVID-19 and all the safety precaution methods needed. We continue to serve in this area as we work together as health professionals to support the efforts of the East Jamaica Conference Health Department, and we continue to ask for your prayers as we work together in hearts and harmony for this cause.
First aid, CPR, and AED training were conducted between 2018 and 2019 at the EJC boardroom, where 38 members and non-members were trained and certified as first aiders and first responders. 2 members of the EJC staff were included. Since the COVID-19 pandemic, 16 members and non-members were trained at the VH Percy Center, including 1 EJC staff member. Each training session covered 16 hours in 2 days. Over 40 health ministries directors from the local churches were trained and certified by the EJC Health Ministries Department in the area Health Promotion Level 1, covering subjects such as medical terminologies, how to give health talks, hygiene in food preparation, planning health programs, history of health reform, role and function of the local health ministries directors, anatomy, physiology, and nutrition. We also hosted mental health and grief and recovery seminars. Despite the COVID-19 pandemic, the Health Ministries Department found ways to actively engage in fellowship with individuals from various communities. In 2018, churches in Zone 1 hosted a major health expo at St. William Grant Park, downtown Kingston. Over 800 persons received health checks, and many were invited to the prayer tent, where they also received health pamphlets. The Andrews Memorial Hospital, Andrews Memorial SDA Church, along with the Adventist Laymen's Services and Industries ASI, conducted an expo at Emancipation Park in St. Andrew on January 27, 2019. Hundreds of persons received medical attention, and several educational pamphlets on health were distributed. In February 2019, we stopped at the Good Samaritan Inn GSI, where our conference, in partnership with the Andrews Memorial SDA Church, conducted a health expo. Over 400 persons received medical attention and several educational health pamphlets. St. Thomas was not to be outdone. We conducted a huge health expo at the Rudolph Elder Park in Morant Bay, where 200 persons received health checks and helpful information from various booths. We spearheaded consultations with over 91 health ministries leaders from our local churches. In June 2019, we embarked on the 19th 5K 1.5K walk run as an annual event that is conducted by the Health, Youth and Children's Ministries departments. Over 1,000 young and older participants were involved in the event, including some government and non-government organizations. Faithfulness is another important pillar of our administrative strategic focus. We offered faithful service to our department, while they in turn offered faithful service to their congregations. 2 important pieces of equipment, microcurrent and alkalizer water machines, were purchased to enhance the overall health and wellness of workers and church members, which was also extended to non-members at a small fee. 2 persons were trained to operate those machines, 1 member of staff and 1 health professional.
My name is Diana McCoy. I'm a member of the King's Chapel 7-Day Adventist Church, where I am the health ministry leader there, and also an a member of the AVA Association. I am one of the foundation member of the AVA Association team. I am also a microcurrent technologist, wherein this type of thing is the first time in Jamaica. First for Jamaica, first for the Caribbean, first for the Seventh-day Adventist Church, which come under the leadership of Pastor Dr. Eric Nathan, who is the person who have this equipment to our church. Now, what is microcurrent technology? Microcurrent technology is a revolutionary therapy that is dramatically used to increase the body's ability to heal and to repair itself, and it can increase the rate of healing up to 5 times and do so safely and effectively. There are many persons who have used this machine while we were doing a kind of study on it to see how much persons will be adaptive to it. We find that some of the members, even from East Jamaica here at the conference, have used it, and quite a few of them have gotten results, some with hypertension, diabetes. It also saved one person from getting severe heart attack. And even for myself, who have used it on my injured knees and ripple muscle tear that I have in my back. So the thing is this, you don't have to be fearful of this new technology. It's the newest kind. Nobody else in this country have this thing. And it's a part of our church. What I use it for is to help people out there to understand how the body heals and how it can heal itself. God has provided this equipment for us to use, different modalities to help us to stay off the drugs and to repair easily without any problems.
The North Street and Trenchtown clinics have been recognized by the Health Ministry as the most outstanding in achieving a 90% immunization goal in the communities they serve. The clinics are 2 of 4 clinics that have a dedicated team of workers who not only display skills in their area of work, but who also work under adverse circumstances.
I use this opportunity to express thanks and appreciation to first God, and then to my administrators, to my president, Dr. Eric Nathan, to my counterpart at the union, Dr. Dudley Osim, and to all the health ministries directors in the churches, to my clinic staff at the East Jamaica Conference, Trenchtown and North Street clinics. I express appreciation to my administrative assistant, Mrs. Irma Rose Reynolds, for her dedication and commitment to the department. To all my doctors and participants in the various activities and programs, time would not permit me to call, but my pastors, my doctors, my communicators and educators in health, for all the support that you have given to me and to the department. May God bless you. And to my wife, Corel, and the family who have supported me during these 4 years. May God bless you all as we look forward to the coming of the King.
If you have good health, you are rich in wholeness. And may I say, good health is not just physical, but it's mental, physical, spiritual, and social well-being. Nowadays, we see not the MOH on the vehicles belonging to what we often refer to as Ministry of Health, but we see what is now the Ministry of Health and Wellness. And that is something we have been promoting in the Adventist Church. I believe they copied that from us. And we are indeed doing a tremendous work as we promote good health and well-being. Thank you very much, Dr. Steele, for the work that you have been doing in this aspect of ministry. And so I want to welcome now Dr. Dudley Hosing, your counterpart from Jamaica Union, who will make his comments.
Thank you so much, Pastor White. Good afternoon, everyone. Indeed, a good report makes the bones fat, but of course, we're told to lay aside every weight. And we thank God that we have the health message to keep us fit as a fiddle, to embrace a healthy lifestyle that we can live longer, look younger, and be stronger. So I take this opportunity to commend Dr. Leonard Steele for a comprehensive report. Indeed, he has highlighted the dimension of health, spiritual health, physical health, isn't that so, friends? Emotional health, etc. And above all things, we thank God that God blessed his ministry and he was able to conduct over 163 projects, inclusive of 20 health evangelistic series. I want you all to put your hands together for the one and only Dr. Leonard Steele. And we have worked well together, highlighting the goals and objectives. And as you have seen, he didn't just deal with the in-reach, but the outreach. Because in order for us to have effective outreach, we need good in-reach. And it's not only just health education, but health evangelism, and we're happy for that. We know that there's room for improvement, and one of his prayers is that every member becomes a medical missionary, a health promoter. And we see where we have a number of training, we still have more to go, and we believe that with God in the lead, we shall succeed. And now we have an opportune time during this pandemic to embrace a healthy lifestyle and encourage others to do the same. This is the entering wedge. This is the right arm that opens the door for the gospel, the body, to go in. So let us continue on this path of sharing and caring, because we often say that people don't care how much we know unless they know how much we care. So we have the health message. So let us embrace it and continue to press forward, in particular in the area of health evangelism. We're seeing that more folks are interested in health, and many of these folks are secular minded. As we can relate to them as it relates to health, we'll find that we'll open their minds for the truth of the gospel. And we know in a little time from now, Dr. Smith, Matthew 24, verse 14, will be fulfilled, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached into all the world for a witness unto all nations. Then shall the end come. So let us continue to extend the healing ministry of Jesus. And I would like to commend the team members, the Adventist health volunteers. I've been with them on many programs, training, conventions, and we're happy for their sacrificial work. Also, the Adventist Health Professional Association. We need to have more of our health professionals enlisted in this organization, because teamwork is the key. Teamwork, we have to work as a team that together, all of us achieve more. As Dr. Vernal would say, you integrate and collaborate as you move forward to do the work of God. So let us continue to pray for the health ministry department, the team of health promoters, health volunteers, health professionals, medical missionaries, and pray that every member embrace the health message, becomes a medical missionary. And the better term for that today is health promoter, because sometimes when we say medical missionary, some folks believe that you're a medically trained person. So when Ellen White says that, she was speaking about us embracing the health message and sharing like Jesus, extending his healing ministry and leading souls to embrace a healthy lifestyle, and of course, embracing the gospel of Jesus Christ. God bless you. Have a healthy and happy afternoon. I invite you to stand just for a minute. You have been seated for a long time, and we need to give you a little health tip. Just take a stretch upward. Just touch the ceiling right now. All right, good. All right, and just touch the walls right now. Up, down, a little faster. Come on, guys. A little faster. You can move the feet now, man. Move the feet now. Move the feet. Move the feet. All right. Very good, very good. Put your hands together for yourself. God bless you.
Well, nevertheless, Pastor Dudley Hosing, Dr. Dudley Hosing, was just about stepping off when I said, you're not going to leave without you take us into some exercise. But he missed it. He did take us there. All right. Now I observe Pastor Ferguson at the microphone, and no doubt you have a question, sir. Go ahead, please.
Testing. Yes, it's not really a question. I must say that for many years I've always been impressed with the work that Pastor Steele has been doing at the Health and Temperance Department. I remembered... Health Ministries Department. I remembered many years ago when he brought a specialist, a herbal specialist from the Far East, and introduced us to some unusual treatments. I can't remember all the details. I do remember that the man was supposed to be a world-renowned authority. Also, some of the other programs that this department has had, they have, you know, the health, what is the term? Health.
Medical missionary?
Yes, medical missionary program. Also, the other group that he has established that moves across the conference, helping various churches. Also, the programs that he has at times on health in different areas, and the yearly health 5K health run that had attained national exposure, national status. One of the things that has made me wonder, I wondered why this has not been spread across our island at the Union. I really never expected that year after year you would have to be doing it here or nowhere. I think it's time for it to be expanded way beyond our conference across the nation.
Thank you very much, Pastor Ferguson, for your commendation. What you are saying is true, and we hope going forward, I know that Dr. Osin has great plans to spread this thing across the board so that everybody can be involved and participate. All the programs that we have. Thank you.
Indeed, I was just talking with Dr. All right, just a minute. I was just talking with Dr. Steele and asking him if the AVA and APA, that's Adventist Health Volunteers Association and Adventist Health Professional, if that's unique to East. And he said yes. So I said, man, if you have such a great thing, spread it across. So I'm very happy that there are some plans for that.
Adventist,
what we call chemicals, and the Rasta man would say chemical. Where am I going? Most of us goes to the local marketplace to buy our vegetables and our fruits and other food stuff. Now, we have to be competing with pests.
Yeah.
And therefore, we have to be using chemicals. Now, these chemicals that are being used were not made for crops. They were made for war. And I want to point out, it's not for Zelensky and Putin. Now, the chemicals that are being used on the crops enters the crops in two modes.
All right.
Systemic and contact. Now, the issue is simply this, is that when you go to the marketplace to buy your vegetables or other foodstuff, there is no system as it relates to the traceability of the content of the chemical residue in the crops. Now, on the other hand, when we export crops, they make sure that the chemical level has to be at a tolerable level. If not, they will reject and return it. Now, I am always saying that the Adventist Church need to promote a program of backyard gardening where our people determine what is in the vegetables they eat, the food they eat, and we need to practice a system where we share with others what we produce. Now, when chemicals get into the body...
Right, brother, I get what you're saying.
No, I want to just finish. That's one point.
We have some more reports. Thank you.
1 point. When the chemicals get into your body, it finds the fatty tissue, and it is stored there, and we end up with all different type of cancer. No, we need to protect our people, and we must lead out from in front. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Very good comments, very good comments. And we hope you'll share that with us in another forum some other time later. Thank you very much. Elder.
I endorse the comment that he has made. Gavin Lowe, a delegate at large for the East Jamaica Conference Executive Committee. I endorse what he's saying, but from a finance end, what he's saying, instead of expose ourselves to all sort of chemicals, when we start growing in our own gardens, we are helping to keep the family budget down, and we are also not only providing ourselves, we can provide for others. I just want to commend my good friend, Pastor Steele, for a very good report. I know he has been working hard at this, and we have worked together through the Good Samaritan Inn. So we're quite close. And he's the only man that has been able to send me to far places to speak when he doesn't want to go there. But I have forgiven him.
All right, Elder.
Now, Dr. Nathan likes to say that as Adventists, we are a people law-abiding, not lawless persons. And I'm glad for the push by Dr. Steele. We have volunteers that assist the Good Samaritan Inn to put out 700 to 800 meals a week. It's done by volunteers from our churches. But from a food safety end, we have not gotten for them food handlers permit. So at the prompting of our good friend, a letter was sent to the Kingston and St. Andrew Health Department asking them, would you put on for the Adventist Church a food handlers permit certification? I got a call this morning, and I'm surprised at the amount of Adventists we have about the place. It was from an Adventist within the Kingston and St. Andrew Health Department, and she's asking, what Sunday, what church would you wish us to come? They have graciously agreed to waive the fee for certification for the first 30 persons.
Amen.
Now,
Amen.
I am imploring you to let Pastor Steele know, if those who are interested, so we can get the certification done. But if you work in a food establishment, there's something you need to know. Those who lead need also to be certified, because you can't be given supervision and you don't know what they are doing. So also it might mean the persons, the pastors, the directors will need to get certified as well. So the offer is there for the first 30. I think it's 500 for the others in excess of that. And Pastor Steele has kindly consented to cover the costs, the traveling costs for the persons who are coming. So I just want to big you up, sir, and thank you for your contribution.
Amen, amen. So we want you to utilize that opportunity, even some of our pastors, because sometimes, you may not be in the kitchen, but you may be among those who are, yes. So as many of you as possible to buy up the opportunity and get certified, your food angler certificate. And there are many more things coming in our brethren, but the Lord will have his way. I see another hand down there.
All right, go ahead.
Mike. Yes. Speak. All right, come and use this one up here.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
I am Diana McCoy, and I am one of the trained medical missionary of this conference. And what I would love to say is just to put a little light into what my brother was saying about the food. Now, when you come into the training to be a medical missionary, we don't just treat you as some simple basic thing. We don't train you for that. We train you for more than that because the field is wide. So when we teach you about food, and this is why we have cooking classes, Pastor Steve. Yes. We teach people how to combine food, how to take care of the food, how to manage the food, how to prevent certain things from happening with the food. So if you are using food that are spray, and you want to get rid of the spray, you want me to tell you this afternoon. Don't you want me to tell you?
Yes,
okay.
Quickly.
The thing is this. If you have your vegetable, like the broccoli and the cauliflower, you put it into some vinegar water for about 5 minutes. 5 minutes, and flush it out. And then you use the cold water to flush it out. What that does is neutralize that chemical out of the food.
Amen.
So, brethren, the medical missionary right now is very important at this time for our church. It is not the pastors that are going out there. We are going out there. Because, one, everybody is running to us now. They need help. They need to know how to prevent diabetes. They need to know how to prevent high blood pressure. They need to know everything, even from the home, how to get out chemical out of their homes and all of those things. So my advice today to every member that is sitting here, I'm very passionate about this thing. I'm very passionate. Pastor Steele has been grooming me from I was at Penwood in the 70s. Right? So today I am saying to all of us, let us be a part of the medical missionary tree.
Amen. Thank you very much. And just want to encourage the membership to take heed and don't be disobedient. Follow the counsel of the prophetess of the church, Ellen White, as she encourages all the members of the church to get yourselves trained and empowered to be health promoters and have a little knowledge of health so that you can take care of your own health and the health of others. God bless you, and thank you for accepting me at this time.
Thank you very much, Dr. Steele. Very good, and we could spend a lot more time here, but given the time that we have for the various reports, we are not going to delay any longer. We're going straight into men's ministries. And we have Pastor Manley Phillips, who is closely associated with the family ministries and the man responsible for launching the beams at North Street and many other churches. Tell us more about that, Pastor.
Check. Officers from the I organization, delegates to this conference session, and members, good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Well, don't worry yourselves. I know you're thinking about your food now, but my report comes at a good time. I'm certain that we're not going to stay too long, so after we finish, I guess it's lunchtime, we'll see what happens. Now, I am representing the Men's Ministry Department, and we have a report for you too. But before we go to the screen, I recognize that, let me say to you, the men's ministry is actually in the embryonic stage in our union and in our conferences and in our churches. But we are determined that by God's grace, it's going to go on and on. And as you sit here, you know your churches and you know what is happening in men's ministry department. One of the setbacks we had over the period of time is that report is not coming in as we would like it to come in. Many of the men's ministries group in our churches are doing something, but they are not reporting. And because of this, we are very concerned about that. But today we have a short report for you to let you know what has been happening in some of our churches and in particular in our own conference. So I'm going to sit back and you will just listen to the report, and then we have a few, you may have questions, and we will hear from the union representative on this departmental report. Thank you. God has called our men to leadership, and the Men's Ministry Department of the Seventh-day Adventist Church seeks to open opportunities for the men to serve as best as they can. We want to thank God for the years that we have been given this privilege, and today our report will just give you a little idea of what is happening to our men in our churches. May God bless you as you continue to listen to this report.
The Men's Ministries Department of the Seventh-day Adventist Church was established to address the specific concerns and needs of the male membership population in our churches. It is an international ministry aiming to support men in their roles as leaders, fathers, husbands, mentors, and committed Christians. The constituency of East Jamaica Conference is not oblivious of the negative statistics circulating in the world as it relates to the male gender. We accept the challenge with great zeal and commitment to be agents of change in the environment of our constituency. We desire to stand united in Christ and with His help pledge ourselves to be better leaders, husbands, fathers, mentors, and more committed in our Christian responsibilities. In April 2015, Pastor Manley Phillips assumed office with a zeal to continuously embrace the vision of the administration, and that is in having the men of East Jamaica getting that special attention until today. Together, the men worked through the years amidst the challenges, intending to have this ministry in all our congregations. To date, East Jamaica Conference celebrates 105 congregations in this quadrennium, and our men's ministry celebrates 90 elected leaders. The remainder are in stages of establishment. Our first step forward was to elect a committee of men to guide this department. These were selected from the 4 zones of our constituency. These are men who showed interest in the development of men. Soon the machinery got rolling, and we encouraged each congregation to elect their own executive, consisting of the following: a leader, a secretary, a treasurer, a public relations officer, and a chaplain, and all other offices according to their needs. The men's ministries aims to engage the men in our congregations to become active and involved in church and family life. In East Jamaica Conference, Men's Ministries attempts hosting a conference-wide Men's Ministries Day annually, and we also encourage our congregations to do likewise. We hosted a Father-Son Symposium in 2018. In this, we shared tips on father-son relationships with the intention to build a stronger relationship with our fathers and sons among our congregations. We also gave incentives for outstanding efforts of fathers and sons who exhibited outstanding qualities worth emulating by others. The highlights of Men's Ministries Day showcased to the congregation the innate potentials and abilities of our men. Some of the areas showcased were men praising God, men motivating men towards set goals to form men's groups in their churches, presentations on leadership, sharing the mandate of the Gospel Commission, showcasing the male population of our church, and helping men to develop a deeper relationship with God and living it out. During this quadrennium, we were able to listen to the cries of Zone 4 over in St. Thomas, who felt that they were left out of the activities in this department. The executive responded to their concerns, planned and executed a men's convention for Zone 4 on June 15, 2019 at the Morant Bay Seventh-day Adventist Church. Most of the churches in St. Thomas participated in the convention. They shared enthusiastically in the program. The Divine Service speaker was Dr. Gary Badu Fletcher, Chief Chaplain of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, who addressed the theme, Transformed by His Life, Living the Life of a Transformed Man. The afternoon program had presentations from Dr. Bongelo Gombele, who spoke on lifestyle diseases, and Dr. Andrew Phillips, a dental surgeon, addressed oral health issues and how it affects your overall health. Here are some activities promoted in men's ministries annually. Monthly or bi-monthly meetings by each group. Annual celebration of Men's Ministries Day in each church. Rap sessions for men. Celebrating Mother's Day. Men's prayer breakfast. Educational seminars. Mentoring boys. Establishing Beams groups in each church where there is a men's ministries group. Men's group selected projects. Hosting evangelistic meetings. Encouraging and hosting men's retreat where possible. Encouraging male participation in church activities, forming male chorales where possible in the churches, just for men etiquette sessions, and relationship seminars which cover father-son, father-daughter relationships and being good husbands. Activities sponsored by the Conference Men's Ministries Department included an annual workshop in the first quarter of the year, Men's Ministries Convention for Zone 4 in St. Thomas on June 15, 2019. Personal consultation with Church's Men's Ministries leader, which took the form of either visits or phone calls. Due to the pandemic of COVID-19 and the corresponding restrictions, many of our groups were affected in performance until today. There were some groups who showed resilience and survived the odds, however. The idea of creating a formal, structured mentorship ministry for our young males began in April 2013. It was born out of a need to partner with, encourage, and motivate our young males to be more decisive in attaining and raising their standards of dress, speech, academic attainment, and morals. The appellation, Brothers of Excellence Attaining Morals and Standards, BEAMS, is uniquely peculiar to the Jamaica Union and was born in East Jamaica Conference. The name was coined to provide a unique branding meant to reflect the image that every young male should seek to portray. The name Beams was suggested by Brother Dave Allen of the North Street Seventh-day Adventist Church. His thinking was that males, just like beams in a building which give support to the roof or floor. In the same way, young males should be mentored for the role of being sturdy timber or metal that will give support to the family. Here are some additional activities that took place during the quadrennium. several executive committee meetings were held to help strategize ways in which to maintain the continuance of the group. Also, every active men's ministries group was encouraged to form Beams groups and assist them. The Beams executive and the St. Thomas Conference representative went to Morant Bay Church to launch Beams in Zone 4 on February 23, 2019. The zone still faces challenges to date since then. The Beams executive and the conference representative launched Beams in Zone 3 on February 6, 2020 at the Constant Springs Seventh-day Adventist Church. Following the launch of Zone 3, the Kencott Seventh-day Adventist Church launched their Beams group on March 27, 2021. They are steadily moving on in faith. The Beams groups were active in annual conference events in the local church, such as Day of Kindness, Love in the Marketplace, and International Youth Day.
I would like to say thanks to the executive of the Men's Ministry Department, those men who assist me in planning programs and implementing and carrying through many of these programs. And I would like to thank all our men leaders in our churches. And more so, I would like to say thanks to my wife and family for bearing up with me in these times when I was absent from the family, attending to the needs of our men. And we just want to say thanks to East Jamaica Conference, the administration, and to God be the glory. Thank you.
Wonderful indeed. And we see that the men's ministry has really set the pace for the Beams, that brothers of excellence, attaining morals and standards. Wonderful. So, are there feedback, questions? Yes, a young man at the microphone.
Yes, Pastor.
But just before you do that, sir, we want to recognize the union representative in the person of Dr. Roy Dennis, who oversees this department. Men's Ministries.
Okay. First of all, we want to extend appreciation to the East Jamaica Conference for specialized ministry to men. Amen? And we want to extend appreciation to you, Pastor Phillips, for the work that you have been doing in ministering to the men in this conference. The same need that calls for specialized ministry to women is the same need why we have to be looking at specialized ministry for men. And that would be for equipping and educating the men. There's a text in the Bible that speaks about supporting the weaker of the sexes. And I have asked the question in premarital counseling, who is the weaker of the sexes? The men or the women in Jamaica today? Well, in the Bible time, there were some specifications that would determine who is the weaker of the sexes. 1, physical strength. 2, economic strength. 3, education. The fact is that in terms of physical strength, most of the men are physically stronger. In terms of economic strength, 65% of the top jobs are now taken by women. Might not get us much pay as the men if they were in that position. And in terms of education, more than 70% of those at higher level education are females. NCU, I have seen the research, NCU, the UWI, and the University of Technology. This is not a competition, but what we are saying is that there is a need to equip and educate the men. The time when the church, the preachers, and everybody would stand in the pulpit and bash the men on their heads and run them out of the church is over. The Seventh-day Adventist Church must take the approach of equipping and educating the men. Equipping and what? Educating the men. And if we do so, we will have better good prospects for husband.
for relationship. You spoke about relationship, prospects for leadership in the church, and prospects for leadership in the society. And we appreciate the work that is being done in the East Jamaica Conference, the work of men's mentorship, the work of the programs, men's convention, men's chorales, and relationship seminars. The ladies are complaining that the men don't know how to have a conversation. And this is the big issue why you know, and I heard Elder Gina spoke about it, where she said, you know, most of the times when there's a divorce in Jamaica, it's the woman who leaves. And it's not because of infidelity or physical abuse. The woman is saying, I can't talk to my husband. And I go to men's seminar, and the men are saying, well, I don't need to read a book. I don't need to go back to school, because driving a taxi, I make more money than my wife, who is a teacher with a master's degree. And I am saying, you will have your taxi, and you will have a lot of money, and you will be alone if you don't know how to communicate. So these relationship seminars are very important for the men. And so the Beams is a special program, and we want to commend the person who came up with the idea, Brother George Allen, Brother Dave Allen, and Sister Gina's. This is a novel idea, and we look forward to continued growth and success as we seek to mentor the men. We have to catch the boys between ages 9 and say 18. These are the persons that we're afraid of in Jamaica. When you see a man my age, you're not afraid of them in Jamaica. You're afraid of the boys who are age 9 to 18. They are dropping, 1/3 of the boys drop out of high school. And so when we have this specialized ministry to them, as Dr. Edwards indicated, that this is a program that is not only for the church, but it's for the nation. Because, you see, when we have a program like this, we can help to keep the boys in school, to keep the boys in church, and to prepare them for leadership and relationship in the society. What a powerful program we have in the East Jamaica Conference. Put your hands together again for the Men's Ministries Department. Congratulations, and God bless you.
All right, we have a young man at the back, at the microphone there. We're going to ask you to go ahead, sir. You look like a bean.
Yes,
Please go ahead and speak.
I want to give commendations on the youth leaders of the Beam, the Brothers of Excellence Attaining Morals and Standard, and the holistic growth that we have had from 2018 through to now. However, I could not sit with all good conscience to not say that the conference could have done way more in helping the youth leaders of the Beams in the holistic development in the past 2 years.
Mic check. Thank you so much for that comment. We have been trying to address it a long time now, and because of COVID, it came in and affected us greatly, and also we have made some attempts in some of the churches, but what we need is more committed leadership. Because when we go to start or form a Beams group in a church, it has to be continued by leadership. What happens is that most of the times when we leave, it goes down. But we are addressing this.
All right, thank you very much. We are pressing on, and we have just one more report to go, and then we break for lunch. Please bear with us. We'll take Pastor Barr, and then we will have Pastor Williams, Ministerial Secretary, who will give us his report. Over to you, Pastor Barr.
Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you very much, Pastor Phillips, for a very wonderful report, very encouraging report. That young man that just spoke is from my home church, the Omar Road Seventh
Yeah, I
Adventist
realize that.
Now, that's a young man with potential.
Very good, very good.
And I believe that we need to tap
the
potential when we see the potential. One of my challenges is this. We talk about doing things for men, but when we get into our schools, we have a big challenge there. Our schools are not equipped to train men. I'm speaking generally now. I'm not saying that there are things that we're not doing anything. But in general, our schools are not equipped to train men, boys. Adventists, when I'm speaking about us, and even when you get to the university, you notice that most of the subjects, areas at the university are not focused on the things that men would want to get into. Mechanic, farming, some of the more practical things. And I think that if we really want to make a difference where this is concerned, our schools need to begin to look from the formative years at how we train our young boys. And I believe that will go a long way.
Thank you very much. Before you leave, Pastor Bauer, that is what the mentorship program is all about. I remember when I was pastoring at Meadowvale Church, the Beams group there, we had a very good mentorship program where in the church, the leadership for the men's group there found out what the young men are interested in doing when they're older. And when they found out in the church, we had engineers. In that church, we had medical doctors. In that church, we had lawyers. In that church, we had good seamstresses. In that church, we had tailors. In that church, we had mechanics. In that church, we had, you could go on with the careers. So what we did in that church is to ask these people to come in, and we try to appoint them to the young men who were interested in those areas. And it worked very well. I want to say thanks to the leadership of Meadowvale Church. Then, I don't know what is happening now, but that is something that we are interested in, and we are doing that in the Beams group. So just pray for us. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Pastor Phillips. I see we have two persons. We are going to take these two, and then we close this report. So, Sanjay, are you? No, Sanjay is not up. All right, go ahead, my brother.
Right, so good evening, everyone. Richard DePass from North Street. I'd just like to say, while we look at the programs and what the program is doing for the men, we should also recognize that we have a lot of good men in the church, right? And I think while we talk about the issues, we should talk about the positives as well, and not just but look at it one side, because the program seems to be talking about one side of the thing, but not reinforcing, commending those who are good. Just last as an example, I recall a non-Adventist lady say that she admires Adventist men more than the general population. So I think that is kudos to who we have among our population as well.
Thank you very much, Elder DePaz, and that ends the report on men's ministry. So we now welcome Pastor Liebert Williams, Ministerial Secretary, East Jamaica Conference, as he presents his report. Pastor Williams.
Thank you, Pastor White. Good afternoon, delegates. The ministerial department has as its core responsibilities the pastors, the pastoral families, that is to say the spouses and the children, as well as the local church leaders, elders, deacons, and deaconesses. I am very happy and proud of the work of our leaders in East Jamaica Conference. When I say proud, I'm speaking of our pastors, our elders, and the deacons and deaconesses for the sterling work that they have been doing over the years. I will let the program continue with the information that will be provided on screen. So let's look at the work that was done during the quadrennial.
Greetings, delegates. This report is from the Ministerial Department. We're happy to report that the period under review, the department tried to accomplish its objectives, and we were able to cater to the mental, physical, social, and spiritual needs of our leaders. Department essentially caters to the pastor's family, along with their children, wives and children. We also catered to the elders and the elders' wives. We catered to the deacons and their family, also along with the deaconesses. Programs were instituted to accomplish these objectives. And as you view the report, we trust that you will find it enlightening. God bless.
The Office of the Ministerial Secretary exists to ensure that the leaders of the Seventh-day Adventist Church who have embraced solemn responsibilities receive support as they serve God and His Church. The department ministers to the needs of the following leaders in the church: pastors, pastoral families, which includes spouses and children, and the local church leaders to include elders, deacons, and deaconesses. As its core mandate, the Ministerial Department of the East Jamaica Conference implements strategies to empower, motivate, and support our spiritual leaders through continuing education and training, recognition and appreciation, evaluation, and spiritual growth programs. This multifaceted approach to providing support to spiritual leaders aims to achieve these strategic objectives: to build spiritual maturity through doctrinal study, to promote personal and corporate witnessing or evangelistic efforts, to facilitate continuing educational and professional growth, to facilitate family enrichment opportunities, to facilitate strong collegiality and camaraderie among leaders in ministry, to foster the engagement of pastors and elders in mentorship programs, to assist with the development of programs to enhance preaching techniques, skills, and competences, to encourage pastoral governance at the local church, and to support the pastoral internship program. Collectively, the constituency had 5,835 baptisms throughout the period under review. Zone 2 pastors had the highest baptism, totaling 1,743. Zone 1 had the second highest baptisms, totaling 1,568, followed by Zone 3 with 1,514 baptisms. Zone 4 had 1,098 baptisms. The Ministerial Department was keen on encouraging spiritual growth in each member of the constituency. As a result, we joined forces with the AY Department and the Elders Association and engaged the constituency in the study of the history of the Seventh-day Adventist Church and prophecies from Revelation through the Heritage Quiz. The studies culminated in a conference-wide quiz on September 28, 2019. Morant Bay SDA Church team, comprised of Elder Patrick Bennett and family, emerged as the winner. They went on to represent EJC at the JAMU Finals hosted by EJC on October 12, 2019. They placed 5th. The department continued its distribution of the Elders Digest and other resources to expand the knowledge and practice of the elder. Other sources of information available included videos and PowerPoint presentations on the IAD's everyelderinvolved.com website. Our conference has a complement of 44 pastors who currently serve as administrators, departmental directors, district pastors, and interns. One of the challenges the conference faces is unexpected loss of pastors. These losses resulted in gaps in senior pastors for assignments to pastoral districts across the constituency. During the quadrennium, the workforce experienced the loss of 16 pastors due to migration, illness, and death. Those who migrated included Jeremy Arnold, Christopher Atkinson, Carl Brooks, Ray Davis, Linton Hamilton, Carl Honeygan, Cornell Jackson, Wadsworth McAnuff, Jovan White, and Romaine Smith. Due to the unexpected migration of pastors, one of our retired pastors, Glenville Carr, provided leadership to the Rollington Town District for a temporary period. In January 2022, he was once again asked to serve the Washington Gardens District. Our hearts ached as Pastor Kanai Lumsden, senior pastor of Hero Circle Church, fell ill. The following pastors retired: Glenville Carr, N. Roy Ferguson, Errol Griffiths, and Samuel Lewis. The following pastors were laid to rest: Damian Lewis and Devon Osborne. Two pastors and their families, Darren Murphy and Anthony Taylor, returned to serve as district pastors in the conference. 4 new interns also joined the team at East Jamaica Conference. As we take a look at our workforce, we note that the highest percentage of the pastoral workforce has tenure of 5 to 9 years of service. Overall, 66% of the pastoral workforce has tenure from 0 to 24 years, while the other 4% of pastors have been in pastoral ministry from 25 to 45 years. Training is one of the tools to facilitate the pastor's personal and professional growth. Equipping and empowering the pastors was a collaborative effort by the Ministerial Department of the East Jamaica Conference, Jamaica Union, and Inter-American Division. All pastors have access to resource materials for preaching, leadership, evangelism, and other content through the Logos Bible software provided by JAMU. The department, in collaboration with the Jamaica Union Conference, continues to source and disseminate the ministry magazine, which the General Conference produces quarterly for pastors. The conference purchased other books on leadership and other relevant aspects of personal and church growth materials and distribution to pastors. Additionally, training videos and other resource materials are accessible through the IAD platform everyelderinvolved.com. Based on the pastor's evaluation report for 2018, the Ministerial Department facilitated 3 training seminars to address the recommendations of the local church boards regarding pastoral training. Pastor Pavel Goya, Associate Ministerial Secretary of the General Conference and editor for Ministry Magazine, presented on pastoral leadership on December 7, 2018 at the V.H. Percy Center, Kencott Grounds. On March 7, 2019, the pastors were engaged in another seminar with guest presenter Dr. Carlton Bird, speaker or director of the Breath of Life television broadcast, and then senior pastor of the Oakwood Church. On March 26, 2019, a stewardship seminar was hosted in collaboration with JAMU and the EJC stewardship team. The main presenters were Dr. Leonard Steele, stewardship director of the East Jamaica Conference, and Pastor Bancroft Barwise, then treasurer of the Jamaica Union Conference. The department continued its annual evaluation of pastors. The ministerial secretary disseminated the results to the administrators and local elders, as well as to JAMU's ministerial director. The EJC ministerial team held one-on-one consultations to review and discuss the individual results with each pastor. Additionally, based on the performance evaluation, Jamaica Union recognized and awarded tokens to all pastors in East Jamaica Conference with overall scores of 85% and above. The following pastors were recognized as top pastors for the following years: Carl Brooks, 2019, Melvin Francis, 2020, Omar Oliphant, 2021. At the pastors' quarterly and monthly fraternity meetings, we featured presentations under the following captions: coping mechanisms during the COVID-19 pandemic, accessing benefits through the Ministry of Labor and Social Security, applying for the COVID-19 vaccine incentive, navigating the new normal, refocus, refuel, and renew, and Let's Talk Ministry from the perspectives of retired and senior pastors. The Shepherdess International Organization is an initiative of the General Conference of Seventh-day Adventists for pastors' wives. The East Jamaica Chapter Shepherdess Association is an arm of the Ministerial Department. The association operates under the supervision of the Ministerial Secretary, who provides a similar role to that of the Ministerial Fraternity. The association also has responsibility for the coordination of the pastors' kids. Its aim is to empower pastors' wives to demonstrate Christ's character for other women within and without the church, equip pastors' wives to execute their role as support workers in the cause of God, serve as a support system to pastors' wives emotionally, socially, physically, and spiritually, cater to the holistic development of the pastors' children, provide counseling for pastors' wives and children, to inspire wives and children to utilize gifts and talents in service to others, and to promote personal and professional growth. Our elders play a critical role in the administrative operations of the church. As individuals who serve alongside and in the absence of the pastor, it is imperative that the local church elders receive similar leadership training and certification as the pastor. Thus, the IAD Elder Certification forms one of the primary training programs for all elders. Annually, the church celebrates Elders Appreciation Day in March. Each pastoral district continues their efforts to acknowledge and appreciate the elders within the local churches. The body of deacons and deaconesses is a group of service-oriented church leaders. The work of the diaconate complements the work of the elders while embodying the example of Jesus' ministry. The ministerial secretary acted on the need for a structured association like that of the elders. Thus, a steering committee of deacons and deaconesses drafted a constitution and the first diaconate association.
All right, we want to thank the Ministerial Department for that report. We invite Dr. Joseph Smith of Jamaica Union to come to the microphone and make comments. Thank you.
Mike. Good afternoon, everyone. I am delighted this afternoon to, on behalf of Jamaica Union Conference, express special words of commendation to Pastor Liebert Williams and the team in the Ministerial Department for the outstanding leadership given to the Ministerial Department over the past 4 years. Can I just invite you to put your hands together as we express our gratitude to Pastor Williams and the team. Ministry is an essential service. Ministry is an essential service. Whether or not there is a pandemic, pastors are expected to minister to the needs of the members. And of course, the same goes for our elders. And some of you might have heard about our young ministerial student who yesterday in the Northeast got up just to, at a funeral service and collapsed and died. One of our young ministerial students, and our hearts go out to the family, to the institution, and we are talking about, of course, Kevar Brown from North East Jamaica. So ministry is very important, and Pastor Bert Williams and his team here in East Jamaica Conference has been doing an outstanding work. When it comes to the ministerial department, I am pleased to tell you and very satisfied that the ministerial department of East Jamaica Conference is the most active department, and Pastor Carlington Hilton, who once served as the ministerial secretary and worked with us in the team, can attest to that. The ministerial department in East Jamaica Conference is always on the ball, Pastor Linton Williams, in carrying out the initiatives of the Jamaica Union and the Inter-American Division, and we commend them. They are on the ball when it comes to certification of pastors, certification of elders, the organization of the diaconate. They have been doing an outstanding work. When we had, of course, recently the affirmation of elders, the ministerial department here in East Jamaica Conference organized a special program to recognize the elders of East Jamaica Conference, and we want to register appreciation. Again, I ask for them a round of applause. In addition to that, and they have not highlighted all the activities, just a few, because we have had ministerial retreats that for our pastors and their spouses. We have had both local and overseas retreat for our pastoral kids, PKs. And I want to recognize also Pastor Liebert Williams in affirming and commending the ministerial department, the role played by Sister Nathan, Dr. Nathan, the wife of our president, who served during this period as the shepherdess coordinator for the outstanding leadership given to this field. So congratulations. The organization, the certification of individuals, and one of the things that really stands out in my mind was the day when Pastor Williams and the administration called all the pastors and their families together at UWI, at the chapel, and had a day of worship and fellowship where the pastors take time to sit and to worship and to fellowship and to be ministered to, considering that they have been ministering. Thank you, Pastor Williams, for the outstanding work you and your team have undertaken during this quinquennium, this quadrennium, and may the Lord bless you, strengthen you, and equip you to continue to serve him and the Master. Thank you very much.
Dr. Smith, I personally want to thank you, sir, for your guidance, your leadership, and the exemplary manner in which you led from the union level, the ministerial department. I know I speak for all the directors in the union would agree with me that you have done an outstanding job in guiding us as we went forward to do the work that was entrusted to us. Thank you. Could you just give him a round of applause for me? I also just want to thank my administrative assistants. I had two during the quadrennium. Sister Mackenzie, is she here? I'd like her to stand. And also my president, my administrative assistant right now, Sister Jackson, would you stand and be acknowledged? The work could not have been done without the cooperation of the Elders Association. The elders under the leadership of Caswell Rodney in St. Thomas. And I tell you, we have not highlighted everything, but those elders in St. Thomas under the leadership of Elder Caswell did an outstanding job, and I would just stand, Elder, and be acknowledged. If the president for that chapter, and also Elder Vermont Murray, the president for Zone 1, 2,
three did an outstanding job in helping to have us going the way we were able to. But ladies and gentlemen, when you see me, you see my wife. And she has played an integral part in everything that had to do with the department. And I just want to express publicly my sincerest appreciation to Anne-Marie for the guidance and the help that she provided. And my lovely wife, would you just stand? I don't know, I think you came back from work and you should be here. I know you don't like to be. All right, she is here. And I just want you, please, ladies and gentlemen, give my lovely wife a round of applause. All right, Pastor, I come back to you.
Okay, thank you, Pastor Williams. Very good report. Brothers and sisters, we have a little delay with the lunch. So what do we do? Somebody say, go ahead with the report. I'm gonna allow for us to have just a 5 minutes break. Just a 5 minutes break. And we return for the other reports because we know we have to finish today and finish before long. So just gonna allow you for 5 minutes to just interact, and if the IT people can provide us with a little music, a little interlude of music, we'll appreciate that. All right, you have question, comments?
I know the best is yet to come, no matter what is going wrong, yes, despite life's trials and tests. See, I know that I am truly blessed, yes, and though dark clouds may rise, and though tempests may blow, I know the best is yet to come. God knows the best is yet to come. You may be wondering, when will your life change? You've gotta remember the darkest hour is just before our day. So no matter how life seems, and no matter where you are, your change is coming. There are brighter days ahead. I know the best is yet to come, no matter what is going wrong, yes, despite life's trials and tests. See, See, I know that I am truly blessed, yes. And though dark clouds may rise, and though tempests may blow, I know the best is yet to come. God knows the best is yet to come. Some days you wonder, how bad can things get? But please be encouraged that your sustainer has not given up yet. No matter how many storms or how dark they get, the sun is coming, the brighter days ahead. I know the best is yet to come, no matter what is going wrong, yes, despite life's trials and tests. See, I know that I am truly blessed, yes, and though dark clouds may rise, and though tempests may blow, I know the best is yet to come. God knows your best is yet to come. See, your best is yet to come. God knows your best is yet to come. Your midnight will change, the pain will go. See, your best is on the way. See, your best is yet to come. God knows your best is yet to come. Your midnight will change, the pain will go. See, your best. See, your best, see, your best. See, your best, your best. Your midnight will change, the pain will go. See, your best. I know the best is yet to come. God knows your best is yet to